Alright, hello everybody, we are back with some more Temtem. Now this is going to be the last video before I do the tier list for the patch, so I'm hoping to get like just maybe a bit more variety, some matches today, but you know, that's kind of all up to luck. As far as what I'm going to be playing, I am planning to do kind of like a defense trap team. I usually do one of these each patch just to see how the archetype is going. So gonna get the molgu mashuk combo here because they combo well. Still don't have that perfect mashuk yet, and that also gives me a chance to try out the parrier buff, which is kind of nice. Then I want to make sure I give mastione another try because I really like mastione. I think that the aqua buff was amazing for it, so I want to give that a little bit more time. With Mastione, I think it'll pair phenomenally with Volgon because Stare beef up combo just to provide support for it. And then whatever else I feel like throwing on it. Yeah, I could have Cage and do best of ones. DC beam for I don't know, we'll see what I do. Electric Storm's always just good in general though. I know most people run Strangle. I'm going to throw Adrenaline Shot on my Molgu, though, because I have Rush on it normally. Just a personal preference. So this will probably be the main core. I kind of want to have Baboa. I still wish Straw Shield was out, so I could try Baboa without Shrine's Horn for once in my life. I mean, I could try like War Drum Baboa and just not run Shrine's Horn anyways. I might do that. Like, I could run Shrine's Horn Toxic Slime. I very easily could. But I think now that Aqua Stone's a real move, it's not necessary anymore. It definitely helps, but I want to give it a little bit of time and experiment with what some other items might be. And this is as good as time as any. Last move slot's always kind of tough on Baboa, because you can either go Drool for just Doom Wipe and like slow game healing. Harmful Lick is like your only option if you want to hit Toxics, but it does hit relatively hard. Toxic Slime's kind of nice for the Poison Tick. And anything else is probably not all that great. Laundry. I don't think I'm going to have enough electric synergy for that. Well, let's go Harmful Lick. Still going Mucus is the trait, though. Fix my abilities. So now, I mean, Bablo also kind of fits in with the core. Bablo is actually slow enough where even with synergy, let's say Volgon, with how much speed I'm going to put in Volgon at least, that it will still underspeed even with synergy water cutting. So I can get a stare into a synergy Wookle, and that's really nice. And then having these two allows Mastione to have two synergy options. These two allow Molgu to have two synergy options. So everything is all around pretty balanced at this point. Now the question is, like, what do I even do with the rest of the team? And this is usually where I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I think I'm going to try Turok again. I still think Turok is an incredible partner for Mastione. I really like the combo of the two of them. And so rather than going Gravel Bag, which is my more preferred Turok set, I'm actually just going to go the Stoneball set, because that can get value from the defense drops rather than Soil Steam, which would not. So we're a little water weak because Turok, Molgu are both weak to water, and then Mastione can't hit waters, but our other three can, so it's alright there. What else? This is the point where I'm just like, okay, I don't know what else. I could do like another P-Jabber. Only have 2 electric weaknesses, 1.5 electric resistances. Maybe a crystal type, physical crystal. Chimerian's usually good here. Could give Zenareth a try. Crystal Tail Zenareth, give us some more play. Why not? Try it on a team that's just a little bit more valuable. Or okay, you know what? I lied. It's probably gonna be 2 Vine. Just because I can have H-slap synergy. Not that it helps a whole lot. I don't have without any other physical crystals. And honestly, I'm thinking it'll be like a physical mimic in the last slot. Because Mimit works well with Mastione, with Babawa, with 2Vine, and then it can also just have some other threatening combos as well. Just whatever you need it for. And I don't play Mimit all that often. I could go striking, but I think landing's just going to be the play here. You can't get Twitch chat on your Switch? I didn't even know Switch has like a Twitch app. That's interesting. Okay. So we have so many things that can fit War Drum, so we're going to throw Fire Chip on our Mastione, because that seems reasonable. I usually run Refreshing Diabolo on my Volgon, just because I don't like the Strangle set. It feels a little bit cheesy, and also Refreshing Diabolo on a support can still be super valuable. I am like bait on 2Vine. Honestly, might be kind of fun to run Zyzer here instead of like Turok. I'm strongly debating that because Zyzer also has Piercing Wheel. It's a little gimmicky too. Your laptop and phone batteries are dying, so all that's left is your Switch. Thanks, Weekend Sports. But the Super Bowl doesn't even start till tomorrow. Yeah, I'm sure there's a whole bunch of other stuff going on too. I think like basketballs gearing up for March Madness and stuff. We're gonna drop Turok. I still think Turok is really good with Mastione, but I want to give Zyzer some light. Rested Zyzer. Piercing Wheel, Rockfall. And I don't even know what else you would run. I could run Darkness, but I have a lot of synergies on my team. I think it would actively hurt me more than help me. Petrify is tempting. Probably going to be yeah. I could run Jinx Whisper, but I don't want to lose out on 2 turns if I don't have to. And then we can throw Iron Coating on the thing. Okay. Babawa. I don't know, we'll do double screen on the Mishuk, like I said. Mimit, we might as well just throw the War Drum on. And I mean, you know, I said that Babawa could run a different item. And it can. But I'm looking at my options right now, and I don't think there's... I could do marbles, just to be awful. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do the marbles, just to try something else out. Could do the marbles on the Mimit too. War Drum on the Babawa. Because that feels more better. Yeah. Working at university basketball games, hockey, and lacrosse all playing. Oh my goodness. Yeah, okay, that would be a lot. Let me fill in movesets here. Cyber Claw and Turbo Attack. Pretty standard. I just have Rush over Cage here with Sentinel. Because you don't prevent Cage if you have Sentinel. And since I have a not super fast team, it's nice to have a Sentinel user. Get lots of value from sleep. From anti-sleep, I guess. I just have all off. Like, I could have Turbo. Turbo would be smart. So we'll do this. You don't really need Uppercut for a whole lot. The only thing you'd really want it for over Helikick is Volphy. And I don't feel like it. We're gonna... I changed my mind. We're gonna go Sweatband. Sweatband on our Mushuk because we're parrier and its stamina stat sucks. And then we're gonna go the double screen on the Mimit. Yes, we got that. I still... Volgan has so many options, and so many times I look at them and I'm just like, why? 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 And so even Undermine, it's just... I've tried using Undermine before, it feels so bad. Never know, there's enough mixes around, I could want an Electric Storm at some point. That is such a dedicated support. I just can't imagine I'm going to be clicking it that often. We're going to try Cage, because Cage is a bit more fun and I just don't play it often. Tuvine, Mimits. Okay, movesets are done. Become all that he hates as a marbles user. No, we got rid of the marbles. I didn't even see that. I already got rid of it. Mr. Bossy and 7-Up, hello, welcome. Your style of team? Good, I'm glad. Yeah, I do like this style of team. I just don't play it very often. 155 for Cyberclaw. And with the Faraday Cage stamina buff, we can hit 61 and it'll be fine for 2 of them. I'm actually going to go max attack. I don't have reactive vial on this one because apparently it doesn't even help me all that much if I die to double ends from like a mix and a Psypat. And so I'd rather just deal a little bit more damage. All the Valiars swarming around in the back. Temtem swarm, it's already like doing a radar. Okay. Triple 29 is very painful with Mushuk's stam stat. Yeah. Definitely needed the sweatband, otherwise we would have never been able to reach a triple wastewater rotation. And even this kind of sucks. I gotta think, what's gonna be I gotta think about the speed order on my team. Because I want it to be, Volgan's the fastest, Mushuk's the second fastest, and then Piercing Wheel's the third fastest. So let me calculate what Piercing Wheel is at base speed first. Because it's very high prio. So it reaches 194. And I believe that's just fine to be the fastest thing on my team. Hold on, let me make sure this is still under it. Yes. Math, okay. So I think if Mushuk has just base speed and then we just have 198 speed to outspeed Mushuk, that's fine. No, I lied. We're gonna go 200 here because you never know when you're gonna need after a turbo to be able to outspeed like Platamus or Golzy at max. Which is just my average breakpoint. Which most people are probably creeping by now just because I use it all the time and I have used it for months, but you know. And now with that, because Mushuk is a little bit more of a support, we're going to throw it in HP and then attack. I could split it up and take some out of HP and put it in special defense. But you can put some in special defense, but Mushuk still doesn't want to eat a tornado. But if you put it all in HP, you'd be surprised that it can take more than one Feather Gatling sometimes from Turoks that just try and get away with non-max invest. Your defense drop as well, mainly 2/2 Vine with H-Slap and Ragnar Mushuk with P-Jub. Ragna's another one that's definitely got the option of being on a team like this, for sure. Every time I use Ragnet, it's kind of like Garender. Every time I use either of those two, I always expect them to do a lot, and then I always see them do nothing, and it feels bad. But whenever I face them, it's always like, oh my goodness, this Tem is such a pain. Why can't I use it correctly? Okay. I'm not gonna scuff my mastione to go before a lava wave. I just want him to go ahead of an aqua stone. So let's see, it was 194, so I can go 193, which I think is fine. This will outspeed anaerobic Volerens, which is probably the most relevant breakpoint that I'd want to hit. The other option is to put just a couple more points in everything so that I can outspeed. I might have to, okay. I'm going to have to because I just remembered Inky. If I face a spec Inky, or even just a normal Inky, I want to be able to outspeed that with Lava Wave. And currently I cannot. So... doing math. It's not a whole lot of invest. It's literally just 3 points. And then I can reach. This is 1 point faster than Inky then, so that's perfect. Aragn's been a decent addition, hasn't been used much in dojo parks, either banned or didn't want to take it. Oh, yeah. I feel like it's playing well, but maybe one more crystal is good. No idea which one to replace it over because you feel like everything is balanced. That's kind of what I found when I was playing this team archetype a lot more. Is it felt like everything was good, it's just sometimes it just underperformed, and I never could tell why. And it felt bad when that was the case, but you know. Like a lot of stuff you use. Crystals are 2 Vine and Crystal Coish. Ooh, Crystal Coish, that's fun. I probably should be putting... I should probably be building more like Mashuk, actually. With fill HP. Or fill attack, because no matter how much attack invest you have, chances are it's not gonna make the difference on if you kill something or not. But I don't want to just have 200 attack in Mastione. Put like 350 in HP. This isn't perfect, but when you're playing a team like this, you have to survive, otherwise if you can't get a hit off, it doesn't matter. Why I'm putting a moderate amount in speed. Like, one, I have a reason, like, quite a bit of prio. And so that's one reason. But also because I just need to get hits off, because if I die before I can do a P-jab into like strong attack combo, then it just doesn't matter anyways how much attack invest I have. But I mean, something like Babua here. I'm not going to invest any speed in, and I'll probably... Yeah, I mean, I probably should just go max HP on it as well. It's only like 46 TVs difference anyways, so kind of whatever. Perfect spread. No TVs left over. Team is 2-2-2 Van Garunder, Ragnitz, Saipak, Crystal Koish, Saku, and Mashuk. Lots of solid Tems in there. Looks a little bit, or at least on paper it sounds a little weak to Digi, but I guess you got a couple counters in there. Cause it's just as much as I love like 2-2 cores, so many of those Tems are just garbage against. Let's go 61. I don't really feel like calculating this out. So many of those Tems are just very bad against... Shoot. Against whatever it's called. Why can't I think of it? Can't I think of it? Oh, just Digis. Yeah, I just... trying to make spreads and play at the same time. Alright, so we gotta up everything's speed again. I forgot Tuvine Turbine is important. So now this needs to be 202. You need to be 203. On the bright side, we're getting a little bit of speed creep on ourselves here. I could even go 199 on the mastione, but this is fine. Okay. And we just go max HP. I know lots of people are like, oh, you gotta invest in special defense and Tuvine, and they're probably right. But I've had enough success by not investing any in special defense, and so I just don't. HP is fine. Zyzer is interesting. Get away with 74 stamina invest. Because even though its moves are super expensive, you get invigorized after Piercing Wheel. Well, did I calc this right? Because you can do 32 plus 36, and then it's actually only plus 16 for the second Stone Ball. Because it's half stamina because of the invigorized. So I'm actually going to go attack here just because it gets a little bit more value with rested than some other Tems. And it's only like 40 TVs difference anyways. And then now that the entire team is done, now I look at Mimit and be like, alright, what do I want on here? Digi is always an issue because you like melee Tems. Digi and Mental. Well, I feel like you'd do alright against Mental, but maybe not. But yeah, that's definitely... Thinking maybe swapping Corrender to Brumation with Shelter and Beef up allies and poison and everything. I feel like normally your team might just get ruined before that happens, but that could be an idea to try at least. Don't know how many more value raiders plan on doing, but Inky with Specmaster and T-Strike, one shots fully through effective denial. That's good information that I did not consider. I probably should have just cleared out the ones in the room first. I was too busy trying to look at my non-Luma, or my Luma Temps. I didn't think about the non-Lumas I got. I should really sell all these on the auction house at some point. Their spreads are just so awful, but you know, it's something. T-Strike, Sparkling Bullet, Slingshot. I guess I spawn out here too. Even if it gets me up just until the last few, it'll still be better than what I was using. That wasn't going to last very long at all. Mimit spread. So normally I have my Mimit be just like 1 point faster than my Tuvine, but we'll see. Yeah, this animation will take a little bit longer, but that's okay. Better than having to go back and heal, or having it full attack animations go off. Because like Baboa, it doesn't really matter. Mashuk, it doesn't matter. So yeah, we'll just have like 10. We'll have 110 speed invest. What's the highest stamina invest we have? 19. The irrelevant 40. Well, irrelevant 46. And we'll go 46. Because if I copy one of these two, I'm just going to have to accept that I have to click cheaper moves rather than the more expensive ones. So just take what we can get. And then we max HP and then fill attack. That's a Mimit spread. Yes, yes it is. Okay, now we queue up. I forgot we got the diamond before I ended the stream yesterday, so that was kind of cool. I don't know where most players are at nowadays. I feel like most are still kind of floating around gold, but I think some of the top tiers are like top players are in Diamond, so maybe even there's a legend yet. I'm not sure. There were people floating around Diamond 2, I think, on day 1, which is pretty nuts. That's effective denial. Some of you probably noticed the breeding center message I got as well. That is for the roller eggs. I was able to pick up at the ETC at the end of last stream for probably what wasn't a great deal, but it was within what I was willing to pay, and then I just got some furt from a member of my club, which was kind. I paid still, but you know, getting furt for like much lower than the auction house price is great. So I'm breeding some really, really nice roller eggs. I could go to the breeding center and like get them, but I don't even have enough money to warp back and forth real quick. I spent pretty much the last bit of my money. I think I have like 300 left because I hit pretty much 0 when I was buying the strands. And then I warped over here with whatever I had left, so... Oh no, they made it 250, so I might have like 150 Pantones left. So I gotta win some matches and recoup my losses. Oh, nope, it's 65 Pantones. My club would be proud. I almost can't even pay for another egg. It was Valiar Raider. It was making me kind of think like, where would I place Valiar on the tier list now? Like, I feel like it's probably like B tier. Oh, I should probably let people know that there's more Temtem content if they weren't sick of it after the Just Play tournament earlier. But that did happen earlier, and I only stopped in for a little bit of it. Saw a whole bunch of digis, and I'm just kind of like, all right, nah. Good enough. Who cares? Jean Plas. All right. He's a cool guy. I chat with him sometimes. He's in Vanity as well. Let's see what he's got, though. All Lumas. I didn't even look at the type chart of my team beforehand. Not at all. Ninja, hello, welcome. Kind of don't like Oshiara. Still don't have a lot of options for waters. And Blue Steel, hello as well. How's it going? It's going pretty well. I'm just starting off the stream, but you know, I mean, the new update's still been fantastic. I've been enjoying every second of it. I'm figuring out more and more things. The whole just more like preliminary research on the whole game dev thing, and it's all going well so far. Just trying to prepare myself to make a as accurate as possible of a tier list tomorrow. How about you? How's it going? Mimit ban. All right, fair enough. I think I want to pick the Mashuk first. I know that there's a Tolkien there, but I should be able to live any one hit from Tolkien and probably hit it with a P-Jab and maybe even a Faraday cage. P-Jab Faraday cage should get the Tolkien down real low. Worst thing for me that he could pick here would be the Platymus. Farming hot on another almost dead game. Still playing that one? That's good to hear, though. That's fun. Okay. So there's the Platymus. That is the one thing I didn't want to see here. It does make my Volgon lead pretty strong, so I'm a little surprised. But we can work with it. Yeah, the Pookie plush you sent from Miss Gariel, I wasn't able to pick up that one because she wasn't doing international shipping at the time, but I've actually been in talks with DMs with her about, and it sounds like she's gonna make some more, so I'm hoping I'll be able to pick up the next one. So it'll be really cool. So there goes the Molgu. Molgu is definitely strong against my team. Makes a lot of sense. Wolfie's kind of the next biggest problem. The only thing the best thing I have against Volfi right now is Babua, but I don't want to bring Babua into a potential 3 toxics. So by banning the only thing I need Babua for, it makes me not have to pick it. Because the thing is, by picking Platymus here, he doesn't have any double-in potential on my Mashuk. Like, none. And even if he goes and attacks the Volgon, it shouldn't do a whole lot of damage. Like an Aqua Bullet maybe does like 35%, I'd imagine. Ogre Render pick. It's kind of interesting. I might be able to punish him for that. That was his best defensive swap to eat a T-Strike. That's kind of why I'm confused about that. I guess he's got Gialis as well. Weasley, hello. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Now, because Volgon doesn't have high special attack investment, I am going to double into the Tolkien slot. Worst case scenario, he swaps into the Gialis. And then, like, uses the water move on my Platymus. But I don't think that's too bad. I guess the worst thing he could do is swap in Mashuk and Gialis. Mashuk uses Cage, and then Crystal Bite my Gialis, or my Volgon, as I try and swap. That would be worst case scenario. Oh, there's the Gialis. Okay, so he definitely might have Cage here, which wouldn't be good for me. I seemed relatively bulky. It might be a parrier set. No, it's tireless. Do I even risk swapping? I can take a Crystal Bite. So if I wanted to, I could just get a little bit more damage off. I have to... No, he didn't. He predicted a swap, though. So he didn't get too much value there. He used Turbo. I almost clicked Turbo myself. But since he has Turbo, I imagine he doesn't have Cage, at least. Now, the beef up into the perfect jab's kind of like, what? But that Gialis will take a lot of damage now from a heli kick. And now I can Turbo and bring in Tuvine, and I'll have Synergy, and I should be able to outspeed him then. because... And then next turn, I will Feather Gatling and Heli Kick. The Heli Kick will go first, do a little bit of chip damage to the Mashuk, and make sure that it should put it in Feather Gatling range. Ninja on the Gialis. I haven't seen that in... Oh man, it's got to be like a year and a half. That's crazy. No sharp stabs? No crystal bite? No, maybe no zero hold? Hard to say. I respect the cook in there, but I do not know if that was... I can't... I never think there's a whole lot of situations where you'd want to click Ninja on Gialis. So Ninja is 130 base power. Sharp Stabs is like 76. I'm trying to, and so like times 1.5, you do a little bit more than 100. Please do like 10%. Nice, that's just enough that another Heli Kick will kill it. I think he might even OX from this. Yeah. I live, he OXs, and I am in a phenomenal spot. I'm actually just going to H-slap the Gialis slot. Just because it covers a swap a little better. He could swap in like Tolkien and resist both stabs. Like, who needs Tireless? Just... And if he doesn't swap, it's fine. I still just had to spend one attack on 2-Vine to kill because a Heli Kick doesn't kill from here. The H-Slap will go off after... Oh, dang. I should have used Feather Gat. He's swapping around a lot, giving me a lot of free value, which I don't think is going to be great for him. Oh, just barely in first aid kit range. Like 1 health. 1 health in the first aid kit. Gallus is practically dead. Mashuk isn't doing much better. 2-Vines in the same boat. I guess it's a question of how confident am I that I can take a tornado on my Mashuk. And I believe I've done the calcs before, and I can take one just fine. Take down the Mashuk. I could have used Feathergat there, because I'm pretty sure I outsped, but I didn't want to risk it. Because if that thing got a hit off and killed my 2-Vine, that would have put me in a terrible position. One more Heli Kick will take down Tolkien. He actually chooses to take down my 2-Vine, though. Maybe predicting me to swap Mashuk. Which was something I had considered, but I think it was always just fine for me to leave it in. Gonna bring in Zyzer to hopefully get some holds off of it, and also just deal a little bit of damage to everything that I need to. His hook kick is down on Gialis. Now, I shouldn't be able to keep going this long on my Mashuk, but because of the Stam Bug, I am. So I do feel a little bad about that. I probably would have OX last turn. Or I definitely would have last turn, but I think I would have been able to last until then, just because Heli Kick's a cheap move. And when I clicked Turbo, it was Synergy, so it cost a little less Stam. Yeah, I mean, no matter what he swapped into that heli kick, it would have been really bad for him. And the fact I went to OX, he didn't know that, but because he didn't, because I went to OX, he would have been in a really tough spot. So GG there. Even if he had Crystal Bite on the Gallus and took down the Volgon, it wouldn't have changed a whole lot. The Crystal Bite damage on the 2 Vine would have made it, so, like over Ninja, would have definitely made it so I would have died a turn earlier and he wouldn't have had to Fiery Soul the 2 Vine. And that would have also made it harder to kill them with Shook. I wouldn't have been able to finish it off with a Turbine like I did. So I know it's fun to run jank moves. It really is. And on my Gialis, or maybe he had Crystal Bite and he just didn't have double gash or something, or maybe just no sharp stabs. But guessing wrong on a prediction once and then clicking a weaker move twice kind of hurts. Like Ninja just doesn't really offer any consistency that sharp stabs can't already offer. I'm gonna go over here. Smaller room for them to spawn in. We got J Chop and T Chop. I wonder what they're farming in here. Must Stupid's around too. Getting grabbed by friends to play League. Sounds good. You have a good one as well, Ninja. I even played a couple games of League earlier. It's my first games of the new season. Going in and seeing all the item reworks, I was just like, what do I even build? Where's my Luden's Echo? Epic Balloon, alright. Gonna guess this is a target rep Obi, kind of remnant of my type of team. And I know just how threatening the thing is. If he bans Babua, I'm banning the Obi. Simple as that. I might need to grab some water. I was chewing some gum, you'd think I'd have enough water I can keep my mouth moisturized, but no, I think it's actually drier than before. Okay. So now I want to ban Volerend, probably. Because I can pick... And Halacho, hello, welcome. Thank you for the Lumiluck. How's it going? I think Volerend's the ban, yeah. Almost had enough for another drawing. Definitely don't mind working on my drawing skills a bit more. I'm going to have to probably make concept art for my own monsters. Well, concept art. He's got 2 mentals there. Watch some Temtem before going to bed. Always a good way to end the day, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing really well. I'm just... Got a day to relax. I'm just trying out some new teams. Probably going to come out with a tier list tomorrow. So that's the plan. It's one of the best songs in the whole playlist. No toxic means I can just go with this lead. It's a bit cheesy, but you know. 1 Garunder art, please. Sounds good. Plan to make a tier list 2. It's hard to know the meta right now. I think the biggest thing... I mean, I think I have a general idea of most Tems. Usually my tier lists are just like the general strength of each individual Tem. But what's skewing with that a little bit is the stamina bug. Because some stuff that shouldn't be strong definitely is, and some stuff that's not. Yeah, it makes it a little tough, but still completely manageable. Gonna ban the mix. I do have some spread options with Heli Kick and like Electric Storm and even Rockfall, but I just didn't want to deal with it. Making Temtem 2. It's not gonna be Temtem 2, but I hope it'll be just as fun as Temtem. Perk of being European, can watch Megatons before going to bed. uh, that's great. Yeah, Tuvine would have been nice here. It got banned though after my lead. Mashuk is also going to be really good. I think I'll pick Mimit because then whichever one of these two needs to get replaced first, it'll just take over that spot real easy. Seeing people redeem it on VODs, you're going to just yank that now. Sounds good for sure. I'll get to it towards the end of the stream, but if you got to leave a little earlier, just let me know and maybe I can do it in the middle, break things up a bit. 2-4x electric resists, definitely not going to be a Volgon game. I guess it doesn't really matter offensively, but oh well. Just spam stare. Yeah, unfortunately during the week I do work a full-time job and I can't have a stream schedule that's very friendly to the EU folks. Stealth? Okay. That's fine. It'll be on hold after this. He will be able to put me to sleep though, and that'll hurt. I did a lot of my standbar actually, more than I was expecting. And that did not do enough damage. I really want to take out this Valier because it's the biggest problem for me. I think. Hypno on which? Babua? Okay, Babua because Mastione will OX with another Plague. That was a good play by him. Oh, no, he clicked Dust Vortex. He's just going to go for the kill. Interesting. Is Babua good without Schweinshorn? I haven't been trying. I've had. This is the second game I've tried it. Now that I forgot about Kaleidoscope. Now that Aqua Stone's a real move, it can definitely get away with it. But good may not be the correct term. It's just kind of another option. It's nice to have an option if you don't want Schweinshorn. Okay, Valiar swapped into Gario. No, into Obi. Is Gario coming in the other slot then? Nope. So this will be a really good hit on Wolfie then. Yeah, that's really great damage. Pyromaniac, Fire Chip, Wardroom. That's about as hard as I can hit with Mastione. I don't know how much bulk invest that Wolfie has, but it seemed like a decent amount. Kind of hoping the Wolfie swaps instead of clicking Plague. But we'll see. Running on Gario is a 4th slot. Yeah, I could see that. Just to save stamina on a move, because cold guys are so stupid expensive. Okay, Amphitheater. That's fine. Look at that. Now, as much it sucks, I just wasted a rested turn, but this is a bright beam, and I don't really know what I'm supposed to do against that. Except this. Magically with synergy, it's 30 more damage. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of sucks to stack nature weaknesses that badly with you Agario, but if you can ban them out, then it can still be really good, for sure. Really went for the plague. Is it actually a source rep on this team? Wow! He really baited me there. He's got like all of the components of my source rep team, or my target rep, because you got Valiar, you got Gario, you got Amphitheater, and even a Volphy. Which one's faster? We'll see if he changes my speed tiers here or something. That could be bad for me. I could have double heli kicked as well, but then if Volphy comes in, it kind of hurts. Right beam, okay. I'm assuming there's be a plasma beam on one slot. Hopefully the Mimit, just because that one's a little bit lower health. Oh, darn, he picked the right one. Kind of bulky Amphitheater. I wonder if it's going to be relaxed. I don't know why I didn't click double turbo the last turn. But, you know, mistakes can be made sometimes. I think I live a Plasma Beam Tesla on my left Mashuk, but we'll have to see for sure. Babo is still in a good position to clean up the endgame. +4 Shook will be fun. Not just one Shook, but two Shooks. Yes. I don't have a whole lot of speed investment on them, though, so I could still get outsped. Potentially. Yeah, I think I would get outsped by a bush. Alright, so it's still this one that's faster. So I'm going to heli kick into a wastewater. Are you serious? Is that not the amount of speed difference I have between my Shook and my Mimit was just enough. I wanted to break the evasion with the heli kick. That super sucks. Oh, that really sucks. I did not want that. You just noticed this parry. Yeah, I mean, so it's mainly a defense dropping support. So for that use, I usually have it be parrier. Is it working good? It's all right. It's not amazing. It actually sucks that my Mimic's faster. Look how you do high egg. Oh, a Hypno on the Zyzer? Okay, that's not what I was expecting. Digi-threat. I wish I had Drool. I do not have Drool. I wanted my Mimic duplicated on the Mastione. Did not want a +4 speed Zyzer particularly. That was a mistake. I wasn't paying attention to speed tiers at all. Does Mimic get rested, or does that not? Is that not a thing? Gario, oh, yeah. Oh, I need to wipe my speed buffs. Oh, I didn't think about that. That was a good play. And Bobo is still dying in the back. And he didn't even kill me, so I can't even bring him in. I should have swapped 4 Bobo there, so he wiped my Doom. That would have been great. I wanted to save my piercing wheel. So that I could use it on the Valiar this turn, but ugh, yeah. I should be able to kill the Valiar here, which will give me some freedom, but it's basically just going to be Zyzer versus the world. Oh my goodness. It didn't even kill. I should have clicked Pyromaniac. What was I thinking? Seriously, what was I thinking? I died this turn always, and the only thing he has resist. I think I saw Synergy and just clicked. Ah, man, I'm just going to call this a warm-up game. That was just awful all around. I was not expecting the source rep Obi on that team though at all. It gets so much value from target rep that threw me off. GG. I think max speed Valiar with Fat Burner outspeeds my team generally by like 1 point. I think it's by 1 point. Actually, Fat Burner is 10% speed, right? No, I lied. It's by like 4 or 5 points, but still. GG, GG. I'm really surprised you had source rep Obi on that team instead of target rep. That threw me off. That really threw me off. And that Doom just ruined me. Any chance I had. You're making me want to put drool on my Baboa. And then the Hypno I couldn't get through because, yeah, I think I just led wrong. You like Sorcerer Up more? Hey, it worked. I just feel it gets value with almost everything on your team, so it's just surprising. Like you can lead it with Gario when the both Tems get evasion. You can lead it, or every time you Bright Beam with Amphitheater, you get value. If you Bush with Volphy, you get value. All those moves that you already have get double value with target rep, but source rep only gets value on Obi's Bush. And did you have a stamina? Maybe you had fake beard. I didn't pay much attention, but yuck, Tataru. Someone, hello, welcome. Obi has the Ebola. Okay, that's usually what I run, but that's usually also on target rep. But whatever works for you. It I I definitely play that entire game different if I knew. Both of them get side boozle, so it's just kind of irrelevant that way because you can either self boozle or side boozle. Okay. Mashuk is really strong here. Mashuk and Molgu together is kind of my plan. Am I aware of the arachnite bug? Yes. I was playing it a lot yesterday, and I found out pretty much everything I wanted to know. Question is how fast or how many speed TVs does this arachnite have? That's my biggest question. Two Vine ban. I think I just banned the mix because my Rockfall user was banned. Target rep makes sense, but it feels awkward to have Obi without no bush from what you're used to. I guess I've always played target rep Obi, so it feels weird to have bush. It's the theme this time. There's not a specific theme. It's just kind of it's just like the defense drop archetype that I'm giving a try. I think the addition of Mastione, I thought it would be pretty good. It's all right. We've only played 2 games today, so needs more time. I do enjoy this type of team though. It doesn't always work, but it feels good to play, and that's what's important to me. Doesn't really matter what happens here. If he swaps, if he doesn't swap. I heard somebody waving in the stands, but I think that was on his side. Because nothing wants to take a P-jab Faraday. At all. He could have, like, harmful microwaves, and then that would hurt either Molgu or Mashuk pretty bad. Look at that parrier value. Woo! Even with the arachnite bug, I still hit it super effective here, so it doesn't matter too much. Looks like it's a 0-speed arachnite, which is nice for me. It gets taken out. He'll get to do damage though. I didn't do quite enough. That double screen putting in work for. Oh my goodness, that killed. Oh, because he still got stab on it. Oh, I didn't consider that part of the bug. Okay, that's a little frustrating. That should not have killed because he should not have had the stab bonus. But because his type didn't actually change, he still got it. Dang. I mean, I abused it a couple times, like unintentional. Well, I guess it was kind of intentional, but I did use it a few times when I was playing, so I can't complain too much. My Molgu's faster than my Babo, so I'm pretty free to just turbo attack and water cutting. If he swaps, something takes 2 strong hits, and if he doesn't swap, he also feels bad. You wouldn't have 2x'd him? No, I still would have 2x'd him, because I turned him into a melee type. Because I used P-Jab. So it would have been just fine. I don't know why the Tyrannax swapped into that slot. No, all good, all good, all good. I did think about that though. Just gonna save Molgu for now. I could bring in Mastione, but okay, I forgot there's a Tyrannac on the board, so I have to bring in Mastione. Get to hold off of Aqua Stone though. That'll be really nice. Meteor Swarm. How often do you see a Bobo get burned nowadays? Double Meteor Swarm. Interesting. Okay, glad I brought in Mastione for sure then. Let's deal some chip damage to the Tyrannac. Doesn't have to be a lot. Quetzal won't kill Bobo, and even if it did, he still has one turn of Intimidator up. Find a good battle theme, because I feel like it. Sure. Outgrowth, fair enough. I do have Meteorite up now on Mastione. So, the goal is just to take down the Gazuma. Those that won't kill, I'm bulky enough. Yeah, Pyromaniac Fire Chip does so much damage. Not that having double Molgu is going to be fantastic against a Tyrannac, but it'll work. It's just going to be stat stick versus stat stick. Slingshot? Yeah! Without Slingshot, I don't even know if that would have killed. So no Meteorite on that one. Or no Embers? Maybe no Embers. Alright. Well, just chip it down over a couple turns. Shouldn't be any way that he can... It's just it doesn't feel like a lot of damage hitting Tyrannac with neutral, and it only has one weakness too. Okay, so he has Smoldering Kiss, so he doesn't have Meteorite. He just has Meteor Swarm. We'll just claw him to death. Rawr. See, Molgu was actually a digital dino the whole time. Didn't you guys know? GG. Yeah, I mean, when you're facing a slower paced team like that with some defense drop options, you're probably in a pretty good spot. It's as soon as you face a really fast team that has enough bulk to live the defense drop plus the hard hit. A-shot Molgu with... Yes, I am running Rush. It's just my favorite set. There's no point, like I could run Fake Beard or something because I don't have Splitter. I'm running Sentinel for anti-sleep. But now that Rush is 0 hold again, it's nice to just come in and get a revenge kill if I need to at any point, and then still be functional afterwards. But it also just combos well with the turn 1 like Faraday Cage synergy with a Stare Volgon or Pijab Mashuk. Also, it allows me to have a 3-turn rotation without investing a lot of stamina, because Molgu's stamina isn't all that great. So even if I just use it OX normally, it's fine. Fever, hello, welcome. You still prefer Splitter Cage? That's fair. This is just kind of the set I was using before Splitter even got reworked, and then Splitter got reworked, and I just couldn't get used to the playstyle of it. It felt like you were forced to click cage in your rotation. Maybe it's a bit better now after the cage stamina buff, but it felt like you were forced to click cage in your rotation, and I did not like that at all. There's just sometimes you don't want to click cage, and I didn't want to either. I didn't want to have to OX in order to have a 3-turn rotation. Without, I guess I still could have adrenaline shot, but then you don't have a move slot for rush, and you get less value. So it just feels like you run into some issue where either your trait doesn't get value, your item doesn't get value, or your move set is lacking something. Yeah. Sometimes I wonder, like, when I'm finishing up a radar, like, why am I even bothering to do this? I used Valiar yesterday. Valiar's not on the team today. I should be going for, like, Babua. Although Bob was... What even are Babua's other egg moves? I know it's... I think it has... Revitalize, Bubbles, Toxic Slime. Is Ice Cubes the last one? Ice Cubes is expensive. It is. It is Ice Cubes. Yeah, Ice Cubes is expensive because of Psypat. Love Luma Valiar, got a perfect one. I'm not a huge fan of his color palette, but I do love Valiar, and just being able to show off is always nice. The queues are a bit slow today. It's gonna be worse tomorrow. It's just like part of me was wondering, do I even bother streaming tomorrow? Because mostly, I know that like most of y'all don't even care about the Super Bowl or aren't even from the U.S. to care particularly. But it's a pretty big thing here for most people. So streaming on the day would just kind of be like maybe like 8 people show up. So maybe I could just do a recording and not actually do a stream for it. That would kind of smooth it out a little bit. So I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do the tier list yet. It might just be a video. We'll come and flex and bait you on the radar. Yeah, that would throw me off a little bit. You ever consider watching Super Bowl over Temtem stream? Yeah, I figure most of y'all wouldn't. But at the same time, like, I don't know all of you in your personal lives, what you enjoy doing. I know Billy. Big into sports. Boomer Sooner or whatever. You don't know football? I don't even know. Yeah. Tier list should be a video, no shadow interference. Yeah, I realize that because the last couple tier lists I've done have been on stream, and then I'll end up going on a tangent, or somebody will tell me like, "Why is this here?" And they'll probably correct me and give me reasonings. Maybe sometimes I forget, so that much is nice to just make it a little more accurate, kind of more of a group effort. But at the same time, it definitely slows it down a lot. I could get through the entire tier list in probably an hour, hour and a half, rather than the 2+ hours it takes me normally. Sports do be your job. Yeah, I know. You mentioned that, so it makes sense. And it's like I probably should watch it as well. I wouldn't do it over the actual time of the game. It's more of just a question of how long do people want to sit in front of their screen watching something all day? Because, I mean, I could watch stuff for quite a while, but some people are like, oh, well, I'd rather play games for like 6 hours and only watch stuff for 1 or 2. Rizophile. Okay, well, this is my team again, so facing my own speed tiering again. videos best. It's my tier list. You need to get your opinions down. It's not even this. It's like I'm just trying to get my opinions out there. I want to make an accurate tier list for people to reference, but just for the sheer ability to get through the whole thing quickly, I think a video probably will be better. So that's probably what I'll do. And that way I don't distract anyone if anyone wants to not exactly show up during the stream but can still watch it afterwards. I probably even prefer a roller wallpaper over Taylor Swift wallpaper on your... I mean, that's an easy one. I would definitely have a roller wallpaper on mine every time. Jack, hello, welcome. How important are the base stats for beginners? If you're a beginner, don't worry about it. Like, if you're just playing through the story, I wouldn't worry about it at all. If you mean like beginning in PvP, then I still wouldn't matter too much. Like, base stats don't matter as much as like typing and like the Temtem's like moves or tools. Like if it has the ability to use sleep or evasion, I think those are more important than base stats. But I mean, you'll kind of learn that which combinations are really good for kind of everything. If you can have a good combination of moves, oh, shoot, I gotta click something. A good combination of moves, stats, and typing. That's probably how you get most of your top tier Tems, and you'll kind of pick up on that as you play more. If you're talking about competitive, if you're just talking about story, pick the ones that look cute and or cool or whatever, and just go with them. The story, it's a little bit more challenging than Pokemon, but in my opinion, it's not that hard. You can usually just grind a little bit if you're really struggling. And I think we have a relatively good community that if you need like an extra typing to round out your team, somebody would be willing to give you a Tem. Maybe not, but not everyone likes giving out favors, but sometimes I see a lot of people asking for it. Sometimes I like to just give them a nice little postal egg or something. I still sometimes running into my MSI team from way back. I think Dasser has it in Dojo Park, and it's... Oh, really? That's interesting. I would not have expected that. That's kind of cool. Is it worth it to trade Mashuk for Tolkien? I guess I have Zyzare, so it doesn't matter. Not always stats. You can see Tolkien. Right. That's why I say it's other stuff matters, and sometimes just like find something that altogether is really good. Tolkien's just such a unique case, though. Just has one of the best typings as well as crazy offensive tools. I think I have to ban the Plotamus now because it hurts Babua and Mastione. Everything else is manageable for sure. Yeah. Yep. Once again, though, I'm looking, and there's two 4x electric resists, so Volgon is not something I'm looking at that I want to bring. Period where it's almost everywhere, where a lot of people ran them. I mean, I guess I'm a little surprised that the MSI one was so popular. I guess it was really consistent. So it makes enough sense. But I'd think more something like the teams that like the meta teams with codes I made. I would expect those to be more popular. Because that video got a ton of views. It got like relatively comparable to my tier list video, which is kind of surprising. Because tier lists are always just like, ooh, so many views. Because people just stop by and they're just like, oh, what's good? And like they'll just click on the video and be like, all right, let's just scroll to the end, and then that counts as a view for me. But good enough. Marbles, all right. You know, I was debating on going for the Gazuma here, but no, Tolkien must die. Marbles must... Oh, wait, I put the marbles on it. Yeah. I kind of deserve that, don't I? Consistent. Just did well everywhere. I mean, it has very low chance of surviving against Digiaggro, which is relatively popular right now. AI doesn't really struggle with it too. Some AIs just doesn't. That's true. So many times you'll get accidental value from tag team. I don't have splitter. I don't know why you use that on the molgu, but that's fine. I hope this kills. If it doesn't, I guess I rush and just hope. Might be real close. Synergy doing absolutely nothing for me. Okay. Yep, we're good. We are good. He didn't bring... He didn't get to pick Platamus. And Volfi doesn't do enough damage to my Zyzare immediately. I don't remember how much speed I have on the Gazuma, but I'm pretty sure it's enough that I can outspeed my Cyberclaw -1 speed. There's no... I mean, it would have been kind of nice to keep Molgu alive for Sandby, but I have 2 Vine, so I should manage just fine. The fact that he swapped in Volfi means he doesn't have any pivot for the Stone Ball, so something's going to eat a whole bunch of damage. But I will OX, which is not good. But what I'm hoping for is that Rush plus Stone, like rested Stone Ball, plus a little bit of chip damage from Baboa or something can just take down the Gazuma. That's kind of what I'm hoping for here. Assuming Gazuma stays? It does, okay. Ooh, wow. Plague on the Molgu. Maybe he predicted my Zyzare to swap? But I have a... Oh, that is huge for me. I think that might have just been throwing the game there. Zyzare gets to click another move now. Yeah, that wasn't a great play. 2 Vine I'm keeping around for Sandby. Zyzare hurts. You know, normally you'd see Gazuma take that much damage and be like, yeah, that's a Gazuma. And now you're just like, wow, Zyzare's damage. That's how it be. My piercing wheel, just a lower defense. I am OXing anyways. Gazuma too strong. I am surprised that Tesla Prison... I mean, I even said that Tesla Prison should probably be the only thing that gets nerfed on it. Just a little bit of a stam nerf. And that's all that happened. I'm kind of glad Gazuma's seeing use. It is one of my more favorite Tems, but its defensive typing paired with its offensive capabilities and support options, as well as its offensive special attack stat, is probably a little too much, and yet it never really feels overwhelming. It's kept in line by not having a turn 1 wind move, and its electric moves being limited to Tesla Prison and Electric Storm. So it has trade-offs. Gazuma does swap. Chimerian? No, Sambi, this is fine, though. Now he goes for the Zyzare. Gazuma will be A+ in tier list, right? I don't know where it'll be yet. Somewhere for sure. Somewhere for sure. Nice, that did kill. I was hoping it would, because then I can bring in something else. Otherwise I would have been trapped in OX with 0 health. That's about the worst case scenario I can be. Does Power World have in-app purchases? As far as I know, no, it does not. Mastione's more valuable than Tuvine now, so we bring in Tuvine. It doesn't have cosmetics of any kind. You can't get ahead in the game by any means. Who has speed arrow? I have speed arrow. The advantage of knowing your own spreads is I know I have the Sammy at exactly 200 speed, and I have speed arrow. So, ta-da. You have to get it then? $30. Is it fun? It is absolutely. Well, it depends on what kind of games you're a fan of. I thoroughly enjoy it. I think it is an absolute blast for about the first 40 hours. And then it kind of wears down. But it's also a game that I believe they said is about 70% complete. And what it's missing seems to be a lot of the kind of end game entertainment features, like more in-depth battles and a PvP system. And once those get added, then the game will just be absolutely top tier. So it is missing out a little bit on some stuff like that. But you get those all when they come out. It shouldn't be DLC of any kind, it'll just be updates. So the fact the game is already so good now, and then will only get better from here, can absolutely recommend it. Dang it. I swapped in Mastione because... Well, there's that, and then there's also the whole... Volfi survived at 2 health more after taking... 2 health after surviving the water cutting. That I needed to hit it with a synergy for the extra damage to kill it, if it didn't attack. You do expect them to add DLC or something else eventually, though. I think at this point they would rather just come out with a different, like a second game or something. I think my Mastione can live a tornado. It's bulky enough. Didn't even go for it, he just went for the Tesla prison. Oh no, the electric storm, that's right. Oh, I would have lived a Tesla prison. That's kind of crazy. Based on how slow my HP went down from the electric storm, I think I would have lived. It's not guaranteed, but I think I would have. GG. Definitely knowing those spreads helps. That's the disadvantage of facing me with my own team. But when I faced it yesterday, it was a lot closer. So maybe this team is just a little bit better. All right. So we got Blue Steel, which redeemed a replay review. Friends. So I don't know how to do this. Is there like a... Tamer search. There we go. Alright, which one? Hello, Lord Weaver. Welcome. EU stream? Well, I tried to get one earlier to reach more people. Yeah, for sure. So my first time trying out the replay system. So we'll get to see. Dominic, hello, welcome. It doesn't show pinned? Really? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it should show pinned. There's 13 matches here. I mean, it is a new feature, so I wouldn't be completely surprised if there's a few issues here and there then with it. Just like tell me your opponents. It looks against Merlion. All right. I well, maybe it's not here. I know I couldn't tell you why, but I'm not seeing it. Yeah, just I think it just shows 13, not 10 plus 3 pinned. Really? That's so silly. Ryan EUW. Yeah, I thought the pinned were top 3. We'll go with this one. That was the other one you mentioned. So, is there a way to like speed up? Or I guess it already goes okay speed. Didn't really get to analyze teams all that well. This is the new Nox team. Right. I did notice that. Immediate thoughts. Picking Garia when there's a Volfi around is a bit interesting. And then having Nox into a Grunder looks like it would struggle a bit. But Volfi Plague is it does go first, so you would be able to stay in and get like a Cold Geyser off on Volfi. I feel like the Grunder swap was relatively obvious, but it makes it really tough for Nox to do anything on the board. Okay, so that's the pause button. Should be able to pause during pick ban. Yeah, that would be nice for sure. Okay, so you did just go for the obvious play, which does hurt a little bit. It was also interesting that your Nox outsped the Volfi here. That's something to keep in mind for sure. Because if you'd had Cold Geysered the Volfi there and it clicked the Lifeful Sap like it did, you would have been able to apply Cold, and then a second Toxic Ink would have pushed off the healing, which would have been really valuable for you. It would have basically ruined its first turn. It would have been even better if both of yours were slower, but I know I told you to put some speed on the Nox. I'm a bit surprised to see you stay in here. Nox would have been really good against move flank, and putting a turbo on Gario feels like it wouldn't do a whole lot. You get the trance boost though, which is nice because now you can heal up and then just get out. Was that a visual bug? It didn't look like the first aid kit procced. I'm assuming that's just one of the many bugs associated with this. Common factor. So this must be the turn, yep, for the Gario. That was a good play, but you weren't chipping the Volfi down at all, so it kind of hurts there. And the Rockfall only hits Turok because of the team elusive, but at least Volfi's low on stamina now. But also Gario's trapped, so it's also kind of like, the Volfi just sacks itself to die here. I definitely would have focused down the Volfi a bit more. You have an Oshiara in the back, which gets countered really bad by Volfi, and the Turok was not nearly as much of a priority. Oh, you weren't handcuffs? Or no, it's just, okay, yeah, there's a ton of bugs with this. Good to know. Uses Soil Steam gets trapped. Oh, I love it. That's not how it's supposed to work. So Volfi didn't go for the kill. Okay, that was just complete troll from your opponent. He could have killed Gario there, guaranteed. Or I guess maybe not guaranteed, but he should have been able to. Just by clicking Plague. Even if he would have OX'd a little bit, it would have been worth it to take it out. Because now he just swaps, and he gains health from Plague. The defib, this is like how I feel playing Garunder. Like, ooh, I got my Garunder in! Woohoo, it did 23%! Oh. See, and then you bring in Oshiara here, but what does Oshiara do here? Because it doesn't have water blades. You have to Aqua Bullet Hell on the Volfi to do anything. And then it can't touch Garunder either. And then Nox can't do anything to Garunder, and it can't use V-Gust or the other what's it called? Well, it's signature. it can't use its signature on Volfi either because of Team Elusive. So Volfi was definitely like up here in terms of priorities, and so I definitely would have focused it down more than you did. Like this Serbs, once again, it just doesn't do anything. You're actually waking up the Garunder, and I'm assuming it kills here unless he rests, which you should never rest on Garunder on this board. You have full stamina, and it's very likely you get woken up. Yeah. So he just kills your Oshiara for free. That Serbs was... Your Oshiara value was that you got two, like 12, 20% off on the Grunder, which is not worth it. You have 2-wire again here, which is good. You can pick on Volfi's lower physical defense with like a Faraday cage or something. But he swaps out and just gets some stamina back. So he gets to conserve his most valuable team member now, which is good for him. He does swap into Gialis though, so I'm hoping you smack him with a turbo attack. Okay. Yeah, that was... So first of all, always assume a Garunder has thick skin. I wouldn't use a wind move on it. It didn't have thick skin, but thick skin you would actually still resist wind damage as Garunder, because it's just a straight up 50% less damage from wind moves. So I would have definitely clicked Faraday Cage there, and I also would have done it on the Volfi. Also, you know, Hypno with a Gialis in the back is risky. It's very common it runs bait, camo, or just resistance. I know it's swapped from the Volfi into that, but it's still not always great value. But you can just smack it with a Faraday Cage here, which I hope you do. There we go. This is good. Yeah, so it's a bulkier Gialis. Running Reset, Faraday Gat, and Hollow. I like Turbo Attack on mine, and even Turbine. I've dropped Feathergat before for Turbine, but I think your set is fine. And then this was probably the play that lost him the game, if nothing else. You never sack your Volfi here. The amount of value that Gialis gets is almost zero. You don't outspeed Volfi. Or you don't outspeed Obi to get a Crystal Bite off. You could get a Sharp Stabs, but that's as good as it gets. Sharp Stabs does like 70% maybe to Obi. I don't think it kills. But Volfi is valuable against Gario, Obi, and it's even good against 2-wire. Although he's not respecting the Nox at all either. Like finally he's trying to put some damage on it. Since your team is speed control, you don't need Prio and Turbine. They do the same damage. You never know when you're going to need to kill something before you get the speed off, though. So it's just a thought. Here, once again, the Volfi getting more value just purely from its trait. But at this point, it's perfectly fine. I guess you have it asleep anyways. This turn was just fine. It looks like you have a lot of spread moves. Like, in general, I would almost consider Volfi as a ban. Because not only does it have relatively solid typing against your team, because it can hit Gario, Oshiara, and Obi super effective just on this screen alone. But also, you have so many spread moves. You have Binary Flood, Rockfall, Serbatio's Tsunami, and... I still can't think of Nox's signature name. Acid Reflux. So Volfi is just really just nasty for you. Target rep hollow on the 2-wire. That's fun. Your tribe with so many teams have worse tems against yours. I wonder if we could go back to the pick ban and just... it was so quick that I just couldn't even look at it to accomplish anything. I think he just gave up. Yeah, I mean, you had pretty much won by that point. Because your 2-wire would have outsped, gone for the Volfi. Let's just see if we can... I guess I could have just Alright, so your first ban, he bans your... See, you ban Volrend. See, that's a little strange because you do have 2 electrics. I know you have... I guess you have 3 things that get walled by Volrend, so it's still kind of bad. So that's fair. And then you banned Plotamus. But Volfi was banned first, so... Yeah, okay, I forgot about the Gyarados. So Volfi's probably really tough for you. So if you face Volfi Volrend... That'd almost... I didn't mean to click replay again. I meant to just click find match, and they happen to be in the same spot. Yeah, I mean, I hope you got something out of that. I was kind of hoping there was like a fast forward button. I know you can skip turns, it looked like, but no fast forward. But even then, I can talk fast, but I don't think I can talk that fast. I'm no auctioneer. Okay, good, good. Yeah, I mean, I'd almost try and cover one of your weaknesses in Volfi or Volrend just a little bit better. Because you have 4 Tems that get walled by Volrend. You have Volfi, or no, you have Nox, Oshiara, Gario, and Acronox. So I do see why Volrend is just an awful matchup for you. And if you're, you can let Volfi through. It's just you have tools to get around it. You have to use them. So targeting it down with the Cold Geyser and just acknowledging it as a threat early, I think is important. And if it does get to a position where you're gonna face it a little bit later in the game, you got to make sure you keep some of your tools alive. You kept 2-Wire alive and around for that, which was good. Even Nox with Toxic Ticks is decent about it. And you have the special defense raised to manage it as well. Gotta train those auctioneer skills for those Luma giveaways. No. I don't do those. Okay, Ringy. I don't like this team. There goes my Shook. That makes sense. He's got 2 Toxics. Give me your Lumityrannac. There's no time. I don't have a Lumityrannac. I did not farm nearly enough layers to even potentially get that. So I pretty much have to pick these 2. Really? No Inky. Very, 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 very surprised. I guess he has his Rotten Goo, even low prio, can probably outspeed my Babo, and that's probably what he's going for. Yeah, I mean, this royally sucks. I think I'm going to bring Molgu purely and only because it has Rush. Because I'm going to Feathergat this Platamus turn 1, and I'm probably just going to have to hope it kills. And I don't think it's even going to be in Rush range. Sizar wouldn't have done a whole lot for me. It would have been nice to have against Inky, but that's it. I have Mastione for Inky. That was kind of my goal, and I have Mimit. I'm gonna try and Mimit Baboa at some point. The worst case scenario here is that Plotamus swaps for Inky. Which could very well happen. And then Inky can kill Tuvine with a T-Strike after the like Embers or Fire move in general. Okay. It was like a 50-50. I probably should have just CPG'd anyways. Because I don't think I would have ever been able to one-shot the Plotamus, and just doing chip damage to it would have been fine. Smoldering Kiss. See, if Tyrannax stays in another turn, I could actually take the T-Strike because Spec Master, Fizz Master would be turned off. I don't even know if Molgu can take one. Yeah, this sucks. I mean, the whole game was kind of just banking on that turn one. I needed to click CPG. I should have. I need Tuvine alive for Plotamus. That is the only way I kill Plotamus, because Baboa can't do it. Neither can Mastione. And Molgu isn't doing so hot here either. Turn to Tyrannax with the Mimit. Well, the thing is, we know he's Intimidator. And I have to wait 3 turns until then. So my only option is to sack a lot of health on Baboa here. And hope he doesn't go for Molgu. Which he does, so I could have actually just gone for... Yeah, well... Intimidator Spec Master. I could have swapped in Mastione in the slot I swapped Baboa into. You think 12.5% is rush range? Probably not, but we gotta try. You believe? Well, I don't know about believing, but hoping I can do that. Also, I don't know why I just used water cutting. Maybe Tyrannax swaps for Plotamus or something. Oh my goodness, it did kill. Please swap Tyrannax. No, this was such a waste of a turn then. Kill Molgu, question mark? That is not what I wanted to see. Bob was now trapped in against Plotamus. I guess it didn't matter anyways. I had to swap Baboa that turn. I wanted to keep it in to cover for a swap. Molgu's faster. That's a lot of damage. That is like a max speed Plotamus. So Rotten Goo will outspeed and kill. That is a ton of damage. Dang, the Feather Guy would have killed if he stayed in turn 1. This is just a difference, and I just straight up don't know his spreads. I have a physical Mimit, so it's not terrible to turn into Tyrannac here. Try and Turbine the Platymus. Maybe I'll eat like a... I mean, if he swaps here, I'm also probably just toast. Keep his Platymus alive, bring it in after Two Vine's dead, and then use whatever the heck he wants. Toxin Shower. Maybe he swaps into Mimic, gets a second Platymus, because that would just also ruin me. Going to sleep sounds good. Have a good night, Analacho. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Yeah, Mastione really doesn't do anything here. Not that Xyzar would have done much more. He does just preserve the Platymus. Then he'll just Flaming Meteorite and the game's over. I mean, the first turn really changed a whole lot. If I would have known his spreads, I actually could have just, like, even a CPG onto that Platymus, I would have put it in a range to do whatever the heck I wanted. So I wouldn't have minded that at all. And then, like I said, it would have killed the Inky on swap, so that just, it would have been the play. I didn't know it was a zero bulk Platymus. Most people have enough bulk to live like a singular something. No Serbs? Is it Hydrologist? No? Oh no, I had Mimit when he swapped, so I had stopped his trait with Intimidator. Forgot. I mean, I don't get my own trait here either, which kind of sucks. I still don't think I live like a Toxin Shower, though. Not after this. From a max special attack Platymus, no chance. Not a chance. There's still just a full health Mimit in the back. I guess I should have doubled in on the Tyrannac. This doesn't really matter. Yeah, I just died. He even killed his own Tyrannac. Like, that's how much damage that just did. Like, almost nobody runs max special attack Platymus, just because it... Yeah. Knowledge diff there. I hate Platymus. And now he's got two of them. GG. Yeah. I missed it, but Avi, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. And that's the kind of team I don't really like. He's very extremely weak to electric. I beat him yesterday, and he didn't even stand. He didn't even stand a chance, because I had like 2 electrics, and he has 4.5 electric weeks, half being the Mimit. All I had to do was conserve my electric, kill his 1 earth, and then all of a sudden I just won. So it's just it's just one of those types of teams that can lose before the game even starts. Or win, for that matter. Although even that match I think was winnable. If I literally if I just call the Inky swap turn 1, the game's over. I just win. You hate the spider personally because you never know what it runs. Yeah, I love the spider, but when I face a random one that's running something like water cannon or soul shout that almost never gets value, then it's just kind of like, why? Like unseen blow and knockback are really consistent. You'd kind of be surprised. Like most people don't argue like unseen blow, yeah, but also having knockback for a higher damage option is so nice. For reference, knockback would actually outdamage a super effective soul shout or water cannon, but you do take the self damage, so it feels bad that way. So it's two Vine then Mimit. Yeah. It's just kind of same as Rezo's team that won most, but some can't handle it, yeah. You played against spiders with both Water Cannon and Soul Shout. See, that's insanity. No, no, no. Especially not nowadays. Now that's got overclock. I feel like you wouldn't want to. The only reason you'd really want Water Cannon is if you have ample toxics and you just want to get the synergy with it. Soul Shout's just such a hard sell. I could see it on Digi teams that have a severe Earth and Crystal weakness. Maybe. But after the fast charge nerf, it doesn't see a whole lot of use on Digi teams. So it's just kind of like, don't know. He's got two more toxics. The one I choose is you. Adora Walls Mashuk. I could have hit it with Volgon and even Mastione, but I can hit Acronox sorta kinda with both Mastione and Babala and Mashuk and Zyzer. So that was my thought there. Finally get to use Volgon. I think this is an okay match for it. Not great. There's going to be a Chimerian and an Acronox. Maybe I should have picked that last. But oh well. What's done is done. I don't think this is going to be a Zyzer game either. I just kind of want the Mastione to threaten out the Chimerian. Now it's a question of how fast is this Tataru? I'm just going to use CPG and Feather Guard on it and hope I get it low or kill. I know I think it was a max speed Koish. I think I remember from yesterday. No synergy. Good thing I didn't H slap. That would have felt really bad. I'm faster on the Mimit. It's a bulk invested Tataru, so there's no way I'm outspeeding it. Not bar. I don't even think I kill it this turn. So it guaranteed gets 2 hits off on me. So I have to trade 2 of my full health Tems for this thing. That sucks. What's going to be the most useful thing on my team? I think he was a max speed Tataru before, or maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. There was somebody who had zero bulk Tataru, and I was very surprised. He's got no speed. What is base speed Tataru times 0.75? I can actually outspeed it with a turbine. I don't know if I want to waste health on Mimit. Ah, Hypno! Ugh, stupid. I didn't think about that. At least there's no soft touch, but that just means he's going for my real 2-vine with a major. Yeah, I don't know if CPG would have brought it down. I should have at least tried, though. Dang it, I really wanted 2-vine alive. Two-vine was my best option against Acronox. This really sucks. The fact that Tataru can take 3 hits guaranteed and then still get a 4th off is awful. And the Koish combo with it's tough too. I guess I should have doubled into the Koish and just let the Tataru lower its defenses before doubling in. That would have been the smarter thing to do. And the guy's coming in, preventing me from using my prio. While you run a Raikin. I have my Molgu with Rush, and that can get value. Dang. Oh, that's so terrible. He Serbs and then Bestial charges now. And I can't use prio. Or not Serbs, just like Fury, yeah. Oh, he's just living with no health on everything. This stupid thing will OX to death. Doubt it. He's even abusing the stand bug too, to its maximum, because he reached perfect Oh no, he did OX to death. Okay. That gives me a little bit more of a chance, however small. Yeah, I guess now that Mastione's dead, though, I don't have anything against Chim, so it don't matter. Game is super over. I should have banned the Tatter. I still hate how the thing is just like, oh, you mean I can just run every single big threat in the game on my team and you're forced to ban Tatter because it's the biggest of all of them? Haha. Maybe it'll be a really slow Nagase. What? It wasn't? Darn. Even if I swapped out Mastione, he surely had Gloss Blade on Shimurian, which would have outsped and finished me off at that health. Yeah. I barely killed 2 of his Tems. I could probably take down a 3rd if I threw everything else I had at it, but that's as good as I could get. Gentleman's agreement to not use Tattero at that point. We found that gentleman's agreement won't work at all because of how Koish was. Now, normally, I think in this meta, there's enough mentals that are viable that you don't need anything like that. You can run mentals, and then all of a sudden Tattero is countered. And normally, if you have speed options to beat Tattero, you can kind of punish him. But he had the Deceit Aura to prevent my Prio, which would have outsped, so that was kind of good on him. And I mean, normally, like, I run a fast Auhi with Phantom Whiplash. All of a sudden, that can just finish off a Tattero. Or even Fiery Soul if it's low enough. It's just, if you don't have the direct counters to it, then all of a sudden you're gonna seriously feel the pain. And with my team that's directed at kind of beating down an opponent through their defenses, it can be really tough. If I was, I should have. I really wanted Molgu. Molgu would have been my best thing I could have brought that game. Molgu plus Mashuk. I don't. I think one of the two was banned, because then I could have P-jabbed into Faraday Cage on the Tataru. So the Tataru would have been -5 when I got the Faraday Cage off, and it would have been poisoned for 2 turns. So and I had a rush. So surely the Tataru would have gone down sooner or later. Played a game with Bun Bun. Tataru had to guess which had talons. And you just run you run bait on Bun Bun. I think Bun Bun gets more value out of bait because it's so much squishier. Tataru runs Talisman because it can actually take a couple hits and may not die within the 2 turns of bait. The only one who feels like it's hard even with mentals. Yeah, maybe. Having to ban Tataru feels really wrong. If your enemy was Calamity, the answer is none. He's running Talisman on Mimit, so he can always play double bun or double tat. Oh, that's so terrible. Oh. Gentleman's agreement to not use Eerie Course seems to have worked pretty well. Hardly everyone used that against you. It depends. Like, there were some people who were abusing it to the top of ladder, and there were others that didn't use it. So it was kind of tough. And then it just gets to a point where, but Koish was the same way. It's very reminiscent of Koish. I'm surprised that they let this through right after Koish. I think a lot of people are really frustrated with that. And I do find it kind of annoying. But it's more punishing me right now for the slower team I'm running. And I think Tat having Rage is the biggest issue. I still really like it on Bun Bun, and I don't want them to completely gut the trait. And yet it would be tough if they removed just Rage on Tataru as well, because then that hurts the Rage Shuin cores, which have for a long time been the most consistent way to beat dojo rematches, as far as I know. So that would be sad. Yes, good luck, have fun. Yeah, taking out the Acronox, especially since he banned my 2-line. I'm sure there's Wastewater on the Zalbian. The reason I banned the Acronox over the Tort Knights because I have Zyzer and Mastione. But for Acronox, I only had Mashuk. Sambi with 219 invested in attack, one-shots max HP Tataru and sleeps it. I don't think that's right. I don't think you can one-shot. There's absolutely no way that happens. Maybe no HP Tataru, but not max HP. Well, I got multiple pings. I wasn't. Why did I get pinged off topic? Oh. I'm getting pinned out. All right, so 2-wire. This is interesting because I'm the one with the Mashuk. But he's got the 2-wire, but he can plague handcuffs me, so that makes enough sense. Tort's still kind of bad. I think I'd rather deal with Zabian than Tort. Yeah, so This will be good. Pick mastione as well. I'm gonna switch scenes real quick here. I hope I didn't. I'm not showing the images, but I just want to show that the. I'm not sure what you're looking at, Dominic, but you can see on Temtem. Maybe you can't because the chat's in the way. Hold on. Let me hide the chat real quick. So this is a max attack Sandby against a 0 HP Tataru, and it doesn't even kill that. So I picked Mimit in my last slot, and I'll switch back. But it does not even a max attack Sandby does not even a one shot a 0 HP Tataru, for reference. So I'm not sure what's wrong with your calc or whichever calc you're using. Maybe it's a different one, but it's incorrect. Hedra always rages turn one. If you're wait, were you accounting for rage? I guess rage, yes, it would. I wasn't thinking about rage. I guess. It must if it's with rage, then that makes sense. For sure. I didn't consider that. Mashuk taking damage here. Mashuk's not really crucial. It would have been kind of nice. No, I have a Babwa for Ukama. No rage. I couldn't tell you, but something's not something's not right there. He needs turbine on his bird, otherwise he doesn't kill Mashuk here. Be okay with taking another plague on Mashuk. He does have turbine. So that kind of sucks, but I do take out the Wolfie, and now I get a turbo attack on his 2-wire. Probably doesn't kill, but I can just bring in Mastione and Waterblade, and that's a-okay. Or I can just rush it. It'll actually give me two OXs, unfortunately, so I won't be able to move next turn, but it'll be worth it. Which one do I want 2 of? Probably 2. It's kind of tough, actually. I don't know which one. I'm gonna bring in Mastione. Oh, Russia's only 15 stamina. Yeah, kelked. Stambug kelked. Means I'll get to move next turn, which could be huge. Electro Punch on the Mastione, okay. Since he has Electro Punch, I'm thinking that it's going to be a slower Ragnet. All I have to do is kill this Zalbian, and I should be able to win. Zalbian doesn't have any turn 1 digital moves. He caged! No! No, you can't cage here. You can't cage here. Yeah. I imagine it goes down. If it doesn't, that'll be a little problematic, but it does. And now Babua is free to just finish off the rest of the game. He wouldn't even be able to hypno me because I have Sentinel Molgu. He didn't have a lot of options there anyways. He could have tried Electro Punching before the Mastione. Electro Punching before the Mastione, and then I wouldn't have gotten my Water Blade off. And then maybe I wouldn't have been able to kill the Zalbian. I would have had to hope that Ice Cubes outspeeds and kills, and if he would have trapped me the second turn when I try and swap in Mimit for Molgu, I think that would have been the play. I think then it would have been really tough. I would have had to live at least one Wastewater, potentially two. But yeah, I think the cage was just one turn too early. Double babe, yep. Bob, Babawa. GG. Yeah, GG. I think that cage was one turn too early. I think you had to Electro Punch and try and hope you were faster than Mastione. But maybe you were a slower Ragnet. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to finish off the Valiars with the Fizzinky for the rest of the radar. Might get close. Maybe I can use marbles for a little bit extra. The real use of marbles is for radars. So I don't have two mech spec inkies. I just got the one. Devil Cortez. Man, I haven't faced him in a long time. Good to have another match. He's got likely a physical Mimit team. He's got the Moonflank Gialis, Nature Quaish Zalbian, 4 very common physical Mimit threats. No toxics. So I would be surprised to see... I think I'm going to ban the... I think I'm going to ban the Moonflank. And I'm going to pick the Mastione. He could pick Zalbian here. Maybe I should have picked Baboa to resist double Electro Punch. But then he would have had a Wastewater. Nope, he's going for the Quaish. That's a bit surprising. I challenge you with my own double Mastione. Why not, right? Babua probably would have been better in that position, but we take what we can get. If he bans Babua, I probably gotta ban the Tolkien. But once the Quaishes are gone, then Zyzer is actually in a pretty good spot. Because Zalbian can't really hit it. Hedgen can't too much. Chimerian's limited. I can hit Gialis as much as it can hit me. But now I get to pick both. My biggest question is this going to be a Generify Hedgen? I assume it's not. Generify doesn't get nearly as much value as it used to now that it's not Prio. I think I still just get blasted. Maybe I do. In fact, it's pretty likely that I do. Alright, I decided I'm going to leave the 2-Vine. which may not be a good choice because I think I'm going to want Tuvine to break through this lead with. Because I'll be able to get one Pyromaniac Lava Wave off. And then I'm going to have to bring in Babua and then just take the L on another. Oh, marbles. That marbles might make the difference. See, we got a couple fans in the stands. I'm pretty sure this is Ringy, and I'm not sure who the other one is. This is going to hurt. You bet it. It's definitely going to hurt. Maybe I'll go for the Mimit. Mimit's got a little more HP to work with, but it's super tough. Faz, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. So it's good to see that my notification's working. Normally I don't see it. Sounded like it almost wasn't working for a time. Alright, how much does this do? Come on, less than half, less than half. It's neutral damage. I have HP invest. Please tell me that was the more offensive invested one. No. Please at least do half. Well, barely. Time to pick another sack. Yeah. He's choosing Chimerian. Okay, I probably can't come back from this. That's just too devastating. Too devastating. He has no reason not to bring in Chimerian here. And just CPG and Feathergat, or CPG and whatever the move is into the slot I swap in, because that kills Zyzar or Volgon. I pretty much have to bring in Zyzar here and hope that I can do enough damage to the Chimerian to be relevant. Yeah, this one was just tough. You normally don't... I don't face a whole lot of double Nature Quaish openers anymore. It's definitely fallen off in popularity. But when they are still around, it's so painful. What did he click on them? Did he just rest? Oh, he's going for Zen Med, yeah. I mean, Chimerian's down, and Mimit's OX'd. I think that may have been a little troll on his part. Because now I either have an option to... He either has to swap out, or I get a chance to kill him. It's not a great chance, but it's a chance. How do you deal with this lead? You have two Toxics. Otherwise, Tuvine can also live the double in. If I was playing specifically for this lead, I would have picked... Tuvine in one of my two slots, because Tuvine can take both hits and then do half back. Okay, it's still tough. Still really tough. I shouldn't have used Aqua Stone. I should have kept it. I should have used Harmful Lick. I was thinking stamina-wise that I could save a little stamina, but I wanted Aqua Stone for the Tolkien, and now I don't have it. There's also, like, I can't ignore that the Mimit's +2. If he's got Crystal Bite, it's definitely over. If not, he will OX on the Mimit at the very least. I can try and get a Piercing Wheel off. Oh shoot, I don't have E-Storm, I removed it. Alright, I'm sorry, I'm putting it back on. Screw Cage. This is why you run E-Storm on Volgon. Maybe he has Crystal Bite and it won't matter anyways. He might not even OX from a water cutting based on the Stam Bug. Millie, hello, welcome. How's it going? Been a little while. I guess you popped in one time after the patch. Probably last weekend when I streamed, actually. Burn? No heater. Hypno? Zyzer doesn't matter. Does this kill? No, it's a bulk invested token. I needed E-Storm, and I think I could have won. Because then this Mimit would be chipped down just a little bit more. But a 4 times resisted Rockfall just ain't gonna do it. I don't even know why he's going for this Zyzer. Does he not realize that he's +2? He absolutely one-shots me with a water cutting. Actually, you know what I had to do? I had to Piercing Wheel. That would have done it. I could have killed the Koish. And that's what he was planning for. He was planning for me to kill the Zyzer. Or to kill the Koish. And that's why he did it, because then it would have been Zalbian and Tolkien late game. And all I would have had to do was click Rockfall that turn. Piercing Wheel might KO it. Well, that's not really the problem. The problem isn't KOing it. It would. The problem is not dying to the Zalbian. Which isn't something I'm capable... Like, I'd have to outspeed the Zalbian, but it seems like an aggressive one. I don't think I ever outspeed it. Yeah. No luck. I definitely trolled that late game. I was not thinking there was potential for me to win, for sure. The Zenmed turn is... Or the turn where I was able to kill Chimerian, I think is what kind of flipped the game. But that one singular mistake ruined me. Good game. How's PvP going in terms of fun? Oh, I'm still having a blast. I really like this patch. It's the best one we've had since 1.1. So it's been like a year, a year and a half. No, not it. I don't know when 1.1 came out. I think it was like December 2022. So it's been a while since we had a great patch like this. The only thing that's tough is Tataru being definitely above the curve. It's borderlining broken levels of overpowered. but borderlining. It has counters. It's just they're pretty limited, but there's more of them than some other strategies in the past. It's probably like jack of all trades level strong. Probably real close to that. Who's OP? Tataru. The normal neutral type that you find on Route 1. Tataru. Tater tot. They made resilient so that the first time you would fall below 1 health, you instead don't get knocked out and you get doomed for 1 turn, but you get +3 speed. So people just run Talisman on it. Since speed is dynamic, it's the first time you do knock it under below 1 health, you just rage turn 1, and then you click like Major Slash and Bestial Charge every other turn until stuff dies. It's the worst one for you this patch? I mean, yeah. I'm pretty sure that's universal. It was the worst decision of the patch. But I am willing to overlook it because of how many good changes they had. And I mean, yeah, it's okay. It sucks, and it's definitely meta warping, but it's okay. A Radkill, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. So, what were you up to? How you doing? Were you playing Temtem or some other game? I am just playing some Temtem PvP. Playing Temtem, awesome. You going through the story? Were you playing some PvP of your own? Because I know Showdown's accessible from the very start of the game, if anyone is interested in doing that. But, you know, playing through the story is great as well. I really like the story. At least, like, half of it. Are there any other Resilient Tems left? They removed it from Kapire and Platox. The only other one is Bun Bun. So Bun Bun is basically better Mudred right now because Resilient is kind of the trait that Mudred's been dreaming of having, and Bun Bun has every single move that Mudred uses. So 1,000 hours in the game, just ending your streams, decide to raid. Not a huge fan of PvP. You hate to lose. More PvE, Luma Hunt. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I've probably got like 4,000 or 5,000 hours myself. Most of it in PvP and team building and stuff. PvE is fun though. I caught a Luma Roller before my last stream, and now I'm breeding the eggs off of it, and now I'm going for Luma Valley R. Were you hunting anything in specific, or just like doing random radars, or trying to get Lumapedia? And maybe going for a Luma Mythical? I know some people are grinding for that, and I wish them the best of luck. I think one of them finally hit it like a month ago. One of the many of them grinding constantly. And yeah, not liking PvP is fair. It can be super stressful, and it's not always the easiest thing to stream. You gotta keep focus on both chat and the game. Just the one you like. Yesterday you got 2 Umbra with 1 Radar and 1 Luma Smazzy. Dang, that is really good luck. I don't know about the rest of your life. Usually your luck refills at like, you know, maybe in like a month you'll have some luck again, but that's pretty dang good. What Umbra was it? You gonna keep one for both traits, or maybe turn it into a smoothie and get some more? Only Umbra I hunted was Pookie, because he's my mascot. But I'd like to do some more. I just don't have the Luma drops or time. 2 Umbra Scypat. Yeah, I know they're soulbound, but you can give them to the place in Nanto Labs, and then you can get like, I don't remember if it's 5 or 10 times their Luma drop value. So you can turn it into some more radars, which is nice. Because you really only need one. You can just hotfix the trait back and forth, but both the Sipat's traits are good even. I only got... So I guess I forgot. I have the second... I did hit on the free Umbra Sipat radar, so I got that one too. You can have a lot of Luma drafts, but maybe one day they'll add some stuff with Umbra. Yeah, completely fair. Completely fair. I do hope to see some more Temtem love. I think next update's designed to be more of a PvE one. But I think the arcade bar is kind of included in that. Which it sounds like the arcade bar is probably just going to be their second game. So I'm not sure if they're going to be doing anything at the main game much next patch. Plus, we're like 3.5 months away anyways. This is the first ever Umbra. Yes, I remember that. Your first Sipat was. Looks like the queue's taking a little while, but I don't mind knocking out some more Valiars. Kind of miss random radar from dojo matches. Yeah, it definitely put more emphasis on, like, if you found a rare Luma, like one of the 20% ones, it had more value because you couldn't just buy the radar for it. But at the same time, it's kind of nice. You don't get stuck for multiple weeks without the radar you want. And even if you do get the radar, maybe it doesn't hit. So, some website to find some set and stuff like that. But up to date, like Torch Knight's Garden's outdated. Can't find a good website to help building some good Tem. I have a YouTube in which I have posted a few entries in a series I call in-depth guides, where I have full like Temtem sets with moves, items, and gear and trait and stuff. And I'm doing it in like Tempedia order, so I have the first 20 fully evolved Tems done. And even though the videos are a bit old, I think most of the sets are still up to date. Up to patch 1. They're not that recent, but the stuff hasn't changed on them. Most of the sets are designed to kind of be useful through time. I'd like to go back and like at least add an update in the comments if there was anything groundbreaking that changed for Tem, but most of the changes nowadays have kind of been small little things, or for Tems I haven't been able to hit yet. So if that's your thing, you could check it out. I'm sure they'd be good for dojo rematches too if you don't want to use them in PvP. Just ban the stupid Tataro. Because some trait and stats have changed recently. Right. They should be up to date though. They weren't made recently, but none of the changes that have happened should have affected them. Did I do Naga before or after current DA? The Naga video was kind of part of the initial series, which was old and are outdated. And because I did do it on old DA. But the new series should be up to date. Which one do I want in the left slot? Doesn't matter, whatever. Yeah, no problem. Hope you can find it useful. That's as good as I got. I know that in the competitive hub on the main Discord, or Temtem competitive, in the pins, East has a guide where he has at least recommended moves and trait for most Tems, and then a general like, oh, invest HP and attack in this one, and speed and special attack in this one. So it's a very general guide that can help as well. You know, we're getting rid of the Platamus. I just hate the thing. It's so strong. It would be nice if Torch Knight's Garden got up to date. I think Temtem France also has a lot of resources that should be good. Like it sounds scary because it's in French, but they actually have a translation option for English, and you can understand everything just fine. It was a good translation, so that's something else you could check out for sure. Man, both my waters actually. Definitely gonna have to take out Tolkien. If he picks, yeah, Chimerian, then I definitely don't go Volgon. You keep with your Mimit Radar Streak, or do you switch to Crystal? Do you have a male you're specifically going for Mimit Furt, or you just like Mimit Luma and want one of them? Because if you have the male Furt, I'd continue going for the Mimit. Otherwise, Crystal is good. Honestly, I'd just go for Mimit anyways. Crystal's kind of tough as a Luma because it has 3 super expensive egg moves. At least one of them super expensive, being Quartz Shield. Quartz Shield's like the most expensive egg move in the game. At least it used to be for a long time. Ugh, stupid marbles. So if you were hoping to get it perfect at all, you are French? Oh, okay. I can never tell. I suppose that must be easy to use. The builder not great. You mean the move? Okay. I thought it was more up to date. I guess I don't use it all that often because I just make most of my own builds. I know they asked for some help in making some, and I thought about adding some, so maybe I will at some point. But kind of okay to understand how Tem's supposed to be played. You struggle with like how much do you put in speed? What do you want to outspeed? You'll fully bulk your offense. Okay, gotcha. I do also have a really scuffed speed guide video that may be of interest too. I literally made the whole thing in a Word document, and I've kind of been made fun of it for it before, but you know, the information in it's valuable. Ugh. I don't mind getting double KO'd here. I definitely rushed the Tolkien. Definitely, definitely. Have I tried Toxifier Platox yet? Yes, I did. When I was trying out all the baby Tems, I gave it a shot. So I did get to try it and see how it went. Did go for Electric Storm. I don't know if this kills. I'm gonna guess it doesn't. Yeah, it's actually not even all that close. Vulcan goes down. He's definitely got the lead on me here, though. This is really tough. There's not a huge point in keeping Molgu around. Let me calc to see if I can outspeed these Sandby even. No, I do not outspeed the Sandby now that I'm -1. There's the Volphy, makes perfect sense. Although that was also his good swap into my 2-Vine, so it's also a little questionable. I'm afraid he might swap Gazuma. That's why I'm bringing in the Mimit, because I definitely want double 2-Vine, and I don't want him to just get a whole bunch of damage off on me. And if I attack with Molgu, then I OX, and then it's useless on the board, so it's tough. Yeah, so he did swap, and he probably won't even attack the Molgu here. Toxify or Platox too on that. Like, I'll probably give it another try at some point. It's fun, but the fact that it doesn't have Aquatic Whirlwind kind of sucks, and yet if it did, it would probably outclass Platamus. He did. He plays very interesting. I feel like there wasn't a reason to finish off the Molgu there. Because I would have gladly let Molgu die there, and then bring in the Mimit at full health now. My Mimic can take... Actually, I don't know if it can take a CPG plus a a dust vortex. But I'm faster than the CPG at least. And he's going for the real 2-vine now. Sharpening, okay. I don't know if that was the play. See, this is why people run max HP Chimerian. People make fun of me for it, but it's a 4-hit KO for me. Like, that's crazy good value. I can outspeed the Chim, which is good. Yeah, Sandstorm's good. Now he can kill my main 2-vine with a plague. He will OX though, which will give me some freedom, however limited. What do I want to do here? I could save the real 2-vine. He has speed arrow this time, but that's fine. Speed guy did help a lot. Speed is the most difficult part. Yeah, that's kind of why I made specifically, like, oh, he went for the Mimit. That's smart. Does he double in? That'd be great for him if he doubles in. No, okay. But because, see, that wouldn't have killed my main 2-vine though, so that's a little weird. Not real sure on that one. He stayed in on the Volphy. Dang, I should have gone for it. I didn't think he would. It's really surprising. Because he had Gazuma in the back at full health, which could have eaten the priority turbine pretty much for free. So I thought, there's no way he stays in. But now he just plagues 2-vine, sleeps Zyzera, rests on Volphy, plagues, then I lose. So that's unfortunate, but he played well. So he, okay, no, he just went for the Zyzera. Is he still going to sleep it? No. You can't use Meta Teleport on a 2-vine. It doesn't do anything. I mean, he must have expected that to kill, because he tried doing that earlier as well. I want to use Piercing Wheel, but I don't have the stamp to. So I have to Stone Bowl. Use Tornado, that'll kill a 2-vine, but using it on the 2-vine means that he won't have it for Zyzer. And I'm pretty sure I can 2-shot this Gazuma. That's going to be kind of close. That's going to be kind of close. I didn't dare risk piercing wheel. If I don't think piercing wheel would have, it would have been really close. Stoneball guarantees the kill, and I know he doesn't have hurricane because I made the set. So I knew it would have been relatively safe, and it was. So GG. Looks like he's still kind of working on the team. I mean, he keeps running into me. He must be winning some of his other games to stay higher ranked. Oh wow. Okay. I guess he's still a bit lower than I'd think. He seems to play really good in the early and mid game, but his late games, it seems like he throws almost every time. Because that's not the first time I faced him. It's not the first time he's through in the last 2 or 3 turns. I don't know if he's just gets a little overconfident, if he maybe just doesn't know like damage threats. I'm not quite sure. But I don't think I should have won that one. I know there's Hypno on. It's Hypno and Strangle, so he could have even just Hypno Strangle locked me because I didn't have any way to outspeed him. I guess I could have like piercing wheel without speed, but it didn't matter. It would have just been awful. I'll like you. I don't know if you're in here, but good luck, have fun if you are. This will probably be the last one. Rounded off at 10 matches. I'll have to get to the Garunder at the end as well, which I sort of forgot about, but just remembered now, so hopefully somebody else can help remind me of that too. The Tort is scary. He's got 4 toxics, and my team really doesn't like toxics. Because I like inflicting toxic ticks with Molgu Mashuk. He has to pick Tyrannek. Because otherwise I get Mimit here then. And Tuvine Mimit is super strong into his team. At least there's no Tataru. Yeah, like Cube's a respectable player. Except for when he used Koish a couple times. But he switched off of it. Now he's just like as Geno and Tsubaki have been playing the game less, Light Cube has risen as a new top ranking stall player. It was 0% win rate versus Light Cube. He's had a couple times where he's forfeited in what I think were winnable late games. Or winnable for him, I should say. But usually it ends up being like one-sided one way or the other. You'd think this team I'd have a real big advantage against him because I have a couple defense drop options. But it's not all that great because he banned out Mashuk, which was definitely my best one, so it makes sense. And Volgon's kind of my backup Mashuk. He banned the Zyzer, that makes sense. Would have been great. Would have been great to have that. I probably don't want to pick Bob away here. So what is the worst thing other than that? I want to duplicate the Mastione at some point. Gonna ban the Karen. I probably could have like one-shot the Karen with a synergy Aqua Stone, but he banned one of my synergies. You got Lake Cube with Valiar mix. Ooh, that would do it, yeah. He doesn't have a lot of spread. I mean, Molgu's not good here either. Because he's immune to Toxic on most of his Tems. He banned one of my Toxic. Yeah, he's got 3 Tems that are immune to Toxic. My bulk is irrelevant, and I didn't go max attack. So this is honestly going to be really tough. A talisman on the Tyrannac. With Synergy Lava Wave, I can actually disable the talisman. It's not the worst thing ever. Gonna conserve 2 Vine, it'll be really good into his Toxics in the back. Bring in Volgon. And then we'll just start chipping down the Volphy because Kaleidoscope is a pain. He's just gonna try and kill Mastione because it's just such a big threat for him. That did nothing. That did no damage at all. It's also it's worth mentioning it's a Fright Knack. Not really what I was expecting, but works for me. Oh, come on. I click Aqua Stone and then he swaps. That sucks. I should have just clicked Lava Wave or something. So much, even resisted. It may be the last thing Mastione does, but if he can take out the Tort. Wolfie's gonna burn out on stamina at some point, especially if it keeps attacking me. I think one more Plague would take out my Mastione. Maybe he's wondering if it's worth caging. He's got confined or something. He swaps the Tort Knight back out, which is fair, into Grunder. Grunder is definitely the best thing he has to take this. Oh, he's just going for the Volgon. That's probably smart. Because then my Mastione's stuck alive, which is actually bad. He's just so much bulk on his Tems. Got the Debolo, a little bit late, but I'll take it. I'm swapping a Molgu here. Molgu doesn't have a whole lot of use for me. Mastione is still useful, especially if I can get the Mimid on it. Because Mastione's probably in killer range with double Lava Wave. Nidrasil probably. Tyrannac can't do a whole lot of damage to Mastione, and I can cancel out its Talisman with Synergy Lava Wave. Volphy is running low on stamina. He probably won't Plague me, because I don't think that'll kill, and I'll get a Stare Off on him, which will be valuable. Put him in range of double Lava Wave. Maybe he'll pass off the Lifeful Sap and just take the OX. Hard to say. It's not like Molgu's the best swap for Mastione here either. I could very well eat a defib. So why does this say Fire Chips disabled? Was it a Burglar Volphy and I just missed it? He stays in with the Volphy. Because I know his Wolfie's faster than me. We found that out turn 1. And he's told me what he's got for stats on it. That looks like a Lifeful Sap, so he's just going to take the rest. He just rested. I'm not immediately afraid of this Garunder. Worst thing, it can Paizo. Definitely could Paizo. Could even Shelter. But this Volfi's just a heal machine. And he's going to probably, whatever he attacks, is going to get a Lifeful Sap on it. And that could be devastating. Yeah, he must have been Burglar. Well, he went for Paizo on the 2-Vine, though. Maybe predicting a swap? Not sure. That didn't do a whole lot of damage. Well, he just really wants to take out the 2-Vine. I guess his typing is still super good. Volfi should go down here, though. Yeah, alright. So his healer's gone. He still has Nidrasil, but there's only so much you can do against that. Grunder, once again, is no longer a problem because it doesn't have Paizo. Worst thing it can do is defib, which, who cares? Paranak can come in, but it's Embers is its strongest turn 1. Kip, hello, welcome. How's it going? Is it gonna actually? You came right at towards the end of the stream. This is gonna be the last match of the day. Doing good. Oh, that's awesome. I will be drawing a Garunder after this match, though. So, if that's the kind of entertainment you want, I can provide. Dust the Curse. Yeah, it happens sometimes. Unfortunate as it may be. Paralyzing Poison. Good thing I dodged that with the Determined. No. Yes, it's frightening. Right. And because he didn't double, I live. Of course he swaps that turn. Why hasn't Mastione won already? I don't have Rage on it. And it's a stall team. He had Volfi, which kind of ruined me early. Outgrowth. Alright, I'll have 2 valuable turns here where I should be able to just double in and kill the right slot twice. And then Tyrannak dies in the 1v1 versus Molgu every time. I guess, oh, he's going to click Extinction this turn. Probably should have doubled the Tyrannac for that reason. Because I get burned on Mimit. No, I don't get burned on Mastione. I mean, it doesn't really matter what he swaps into here. It just dies. He's just sacking something. There's the Extinction. I'm just not sure how much value he gets from that. Because like at this health, Molgu always wins against the Tyrannac. Ooh, I got the Feather Gatling on the Nid. That's huge. I mean, yes, I'm burnt, but you know that's still super important because now it's in range to die to a flaming meteorite. Standbug helped me out on the Mimit though. I wouldn't. I mean, I guess it wouldn't. Without the Standbug, I would have just OX that turn. It didn't really matter. Probably don't even need to click Meteorite here, but might as well go for it. Probably could have turbined the Nidrasil and meteorited the Tyrannac for fun too. I wasn't confident it would kill the Nid though. The Tyrannac's -4. The Nidrasil is whatever Nidrasil normally has, which is stupid. Lots of HP and defense. If you click Bark Shield there, it would have at least looked worse. If it wasn't for the fact that he'd still be -1 defense. GG. Yeah, I mean, I definitely had the advantage in matchup there. Facing a stall team with so many defense drop moves is just really good. Doesn't always work, but when Tuvine's not one of the offensive carries, raid bosses, then it works just fine. Because he was forced to ban like P-Jab, and if you click DV on your Volgon, your play just loses the game on turn 2. Turn 2. I mean, I would have lived the DV, but I would have been in plague range. I mean, the more health Mastione had, the better too. But I definitely went to spread as many defense drops. But yeah, I mean, I guess I missed that. Live, but I lose the trade. I feel like the Volfu was just like the centerpiece of your entire strategy, and then as soon as I killed it, it kind of fell apart. I don't know. I guess I wasn't thinking about the game that early on. My whole point was kill Volfi, have something alive to take care of everything else, and I had Tuvine and Mastione to do that, which was also Mimit. So But that was going to be the last match of the day. Good game, everyone. This team was all right. It didn't feel super amazing. Definitely has its flaws. I don't even know what I'd switch out though. I mean, Volgon is there. Sometimes it's super useful. Other times it's completely useless. It only fell apart because didn't expect Stairs Volgon. It's H slap 2 Vine. Oh. Ah, right. Oh, I just realized I still had this pulled up. All right, so that is gonna be the last PvP match. But if anyone wants to stick around, we're gonna do it. I'm gonna do another awful drawing that maybe you guys can enjoy. But if you want to head out, that is completely fair, and I thank you for watching. So. Keep losing games because you keep expecting people to recognize losing trades. Get they aren't obvious. Need to be more straightforward with your plays. I mean, stall is definitely an interesting one. It's funny though. You tell me not to click like attack moves on stall, and then that's all you did that entire game. Ugh. Right. You were forced to, yeah. I don't know if that worked. I don't think it did. Let's try again. See, this is always like it's just like I don't know why Paint doesn't like OBS. I don't know why they don't work together. Maybe it's just supposed to be advertisement for a better like drawing application that's not Paint, but never seems to want to set up right. If you didn't have either stay or H slap, you would not have been attacking. That's fair. That's fair. But that was kind of the plan today. It was just H slap sort of team. I'll also have my wonderful previous images just littering the top since they're just here anyways. Okay. So we got Garunder today. Pick a purple. I need like a darker purple. I think that's about right. It's okay. It's not great. I think it's like a little bit of a darker yellow too. Okay, dark yellow just looks bad. That's probably about right though. It's like these are like the opposite colors on the wheel or whatever. And then I'm pretty sure it's got like a tan underbelly. We can just use that. So, I mean, we got like a crocodile face. Crocodiles have like a snout. I mean, like, this looks kind of platypusy. This ain't really. Oh no, to zoom out. It's definitely not perfect, but you know, it'd be somewhere to start with. So I'm pretty sure the reason I only did like the top half is I'm pretty sure the bottom half. Hold on. Pretty sure the bottom half of his mouth is like his belly color, like tan. So it's not like I'm just leaving him like a platypus. Just have some depth there. Probably get some depth on this one too. He'll definitely have to look angrier. I don't remember why he normally looks angry, but he looks too happy right now. Let's have like that be the mouth for now. I'll add some teeth at some point. Send this picture afterwards into the PC background or profile pic. That would be awful. Oh, oh, I mean, yeah, I can do that. Trying to remember. I think he actually has more like an arch rather than like a. I don't think it's a straight arch. I think. And he kind of has like this little tail. I think that's about like the right body. I think he's got more stumpy feet. Back to the stumpy feet thing. Discord name should just be Mr. Boss. You get a Smolzy as a picture now. Okay. Okay, gotcha. I think the problem is like there, that has like a little bit of depth then. It's almost on the feet. I think he's a little bit lean. I don't think he's full like fat. It's like no thick alligators yet. And then he's kind of got like stumpy arms. I think he might have like a 3-piece claw. This is looking like something out of a horror movie now. I think it's quite like that. Got like a fork fingers, like that. Not like that either. I don't know what color his like fingernails or like claws are, but we're just gonna have them be like this color, just so that they stick out. Because if I had them white, then they wouldn't at all. I think he's got some sort of claws. I think it's more like a thumb and 2 fingers than just like fork fingers. But I can't do depth. Me and depth don't get along very well. So this is what you get. Knox trying his top tier. Yeah, that one was terrible. I'm pretty sure his stomach is like kind of just connect like I don't think it's that high up. Maybe it's just like this. Let me do it with like a black outline. I think he's got like some goofy hexagon patterns, kind of like a turtle. For like his stomach pattern. Not that color. So we can fill in the rest of his arm. Add a boingo cat thingy. Or bongo. Bongo cat. I don't know why I said boingo. Party sleep paralysis. Wait, why isn't that? Where's that missing? I thought that one was. Yeah, let me put some teeth on him because it'll just look more threatening that way. And just have like an outline so it'll be easier to fill. I probably chose too light of a purple. I might want to fix that. I don't remember what exact color the little spines on his back are. I think they go like a little something. I think they're a bit like a stegosaurus. I think they even go all the way up his head. It's not Barney, okay? It just happens to. He's just related to Barney, okay? I think we'll just get rid of that part too. It's a little more rendery, you know? I feel like there's some blue accents somewhere. Was it on his scales? Does he have like a blue section on his back? Kind of like I thought Moments did? Ooh, that might be it. I mean, I think it's something like that. I think he's got some scale things down towards his tail too. It looks a little bit empty. Also join me on the art stream. Love it. It's missing something. Maybe it's the eyebrows. Because I know that, or not like actual eyebrows, but I know that he doesn't look as happy as he does right now. It's a rectangle. Can I get a rotate on this? Hello, how do I rotate? Alright, whatever. We're drawing a square. There, now he looks menacing. His feet look a little empty still. Never mind, this is better. Oh. I thought there was some yellow on him somewhere. Fancy shoes. I think he has something. I don't remember what. I don't know if it's just like I don't know if it's like that. I don't know if they're like black and it's just kind of like this. It's something. Well, keep. I feel like there's some yellow on them, so I'm gonna guess. Even though I'm using this kind of in place of white. Ugh, no, it is definitely. There's something I'm missing. I feel like he's got some bands somewhere. Maybe he's also got some handcuffs. I don't know why. I f- Now that I'm trying to remember these Tims from memory, I feel like Crema was obsessed with handcuffs. But maybe I'm wrong, and then it's just kind of like, well, why'd you put handcuffs on everything? It's just like I thought you did. You know, when I'm like drawing the concept art for all of the sprites in my game, I'm gonna actually have to try and make good drawings to express to the pixel artists what I want. And I don't know if this is gonna cut it. I have to hope that they have some amount of like art interpretation that I lack. Like, oh yeah, I can tell you wanted an alligator. What? How's that not connected? Liar. What, is it? It's on the other end? I feel like he's got something on his body. Maybe it's just like scale differentials. So, like we'll just do some like they almost look a little pink compared to the really dark purple, but I'm pretty sure this is also a shade of purple. He looks kind of filled out. I think he's still missing something on his face though. I know I cheated a little bit and saw Kip had a snout, so maybe that's part of it. I mean, that definitely helps. I think part of it's the eyes too. The eyes definitely don't fit. But I'm not really sure what else to do. I can't remember off the top of my head. Like if I had the reference, I could definitely draw this better. But trying to draw it without a reference is tough. So I think this is just what I got. We'll have let me add the energy drink real quick. See he just make it a little bit better. Oh, bigger. It'll be like can of Pepsi or something. Could draw the Pepsi logo, right? that's supposed to be fill. No. And then darker. It's not an energy drink, but it's a can that I can draw because it's a color that's simple. Mom's lunch. Well, that's a bit harder to draw. And then maybe he's attacking with like Nox Bomb because it's easy to draw a bubble. Perfect. All right. And then since we didn't use the yellow, well, let me give him like a full. Serious? I should do this anyways. Put some more definition on the teeth. I was gonna put him in the sewers. Doesn't even look all that great though. And also up here is still. Eh. Maybe the lighter background would be better. Is there a gray between these two that I can grab? There we go. Don't forget to eat your dentist. Alright, now we can use this and then just say you're under. Little water puddle. We'll have like the stream of water and he's like walking on the edge. I can't really make a mix of brown water, I don't think. So it's just going to be that. All right. Image. Look for Garunder. There we go. They're getting more ambitious. Like I said, it's practice. Okay. Garunder. Oh, dang. So he had handcuffs on his arms. And he did have more yellow. I thought his spines were different. Thought his head thing was different a little bit. He had some scales. I was right. It's kind of around. I just missed it, but Sebi, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. So it's not terrible. He was so he had like a little like spiky thing on his eyes, above his eyes, but he did look angry. I, I didn't think his underbelly was blue though. I don't think I would have ever guessed that. I mean, his feet I sort of got right. If I just filled it in black, I would have called it close enough. I didn't know his hands were. It looked like he must have like stuck his hand down a toilet or something. That's what you get when you live in the sewer, I suppose. But overall, not bad, not great, but it's, it's another drawing for the collection. Got 4 fingers instead of 3. That's also fair. You can't even really see the name when it's that small, but that's fine. All right, we're gonna hide them all so the next time I bring up the internet, they don't all say hello. Looks better than most Umbras. Oh, I don't know about that, but that's gonna be all for today, though. A little bit of an extended stream for you guys, so I hope you enjoyed. Tomorrow, I decided I am not going to stream. I am going to just do a video. It's going to be the tier lists. So I just didn't want to clog up the tier list with extra noise in the background. I figured I'd kind of streamline it after the last couple. So be hopefully pretty accurate. Hoping for general agreement. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that's going to be all for me today. Yeah. Well, as far as like next week, I might take Monday off, maybe Tuesday. I don't know. I'm hoping to still get some streams out next week. I'm hoping to have one early on in the week that'll maybe be just some meta teams I make for people to use with codes. So if anyone likes that, I'll have those hopefully, and then soon after I'll probably have my channel update, which I was also debating on doing a stream for, but I think I'm going to just do a video for that as well. So it won't be on Twitch. It will just be on YouTube. So if you're not subscribed to my YouTube, maybe do that just so you at least know. Otherwise, I'll mention it in streams going forward too. So that's all I got. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.